Hi there, hello, how are you? I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day so far. Today, we are going to be ranking my Delta 8 edibles collection, and it is a hell of a collection. If you're new here, hi, my name's Chrissy. I love Delta 8. I'm slightly a little bit obsessed with it. I feel like it is the absolute most perfect daytime high because it keeps you focused, it keeps you energized, but you get that elevated feeling so that your mood is enhanced. I'm overall a much happier, much more productive, much more patient person, mom, wife, everything due to Delta 8. So I have myself a hell of a collection. This is my entire edibles collection, but I don't have a whole hell of a lot of Delta 9, so I'm gonna need to separate that out of here. These are the things that would not fit. I was hoping I would consume enough of the edibles out of the other two containers to be able to fit these in there, but it appears as if I just keep acquiring more. As well as this lovely little case. This case here is kind of more so my everyday go-to. The things that I'm testing out, the things that I find that I reach for quite often, and because it's a little bit smaller, I can leave it up. This case is a more travel-friendly case. Because it's smaller, it's lighter, it has this little hook, it has the little pockets on the sides and shit, but it also has this lock. So you set your 3-digit combination. If it's locked and you push this in, you can't get the little zipper pulls to flip on out, but once you put your combination in, it releases them right up for you. This is a case that I got off of Amazon. I'll be sure to link it down below. It was the cheapest, largest case that I could find. It has its pros and its cons. One of its cons is that it's soft-sided, so when you go to stick these in their little thing, it can kind of like move around and crunch down a little bit, which is kind of a pain in the ass. And if you're really trying to keep somebody out of it, it's not like cut proof. Somebody, I guess, could cut into it, but that seems a little bit extreme. The pros are that it's like $15-ish. It ranges, some, you know, like shit on Amazon fluctuates sometimes. It ranges from like $12 to $17. Generally, it locks, it has a handle, it has another handle up top. It's smell proof. Not that I necessarily need edibles to be smell proof, but it also comes with these like Velcro dividers, so you can kind of make it whatever you would like to make it. So in here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packages of edibles. And then my other case. This is an ammunition case. It is the cheapest, largest, hardest locking case that I could find that was literally just open storage. Instead of like a fishing tackle box that has shelves and all that kind of stuff, it holds a lot. And it's built to hold a lot of weight because it is an ammunition case, and it's also built to kind of take a little bit of a beating. So if you're throwing it in, and I don't know why you're throwing your shit around like that, but if you were to drop it per se, then it wouldn't break. It's a solid fucking case. I also keep a lock on this because I have kids in my house, but maybe you have a sketchy roommate, kids, or a super sneaky dog that you need to keep edibles away from. Then I highly suggest that you buy a case. It does not need to be expensive. This one was $20. I think I got it at Dunham's or Dick's. I'll be sure that I have a couple different options linked down below. This here is filled with even more edibles. We have just a ridiculous. All right, I already see some of my favorites in here, but first I need to separate the Delta 9 out from, and the Delta 10. I don't have a whole lot of Delta 10 edibles, maybe like 1 or 2 of these Evolves. They're so fucking good too. I wish Delta 10 would take off like Delta 8 and THCO and stuff has. Yeah, let's speed through organizing this real quick.
Brand new street and brand new me. Side by friends I need. Don't you tell me that you're in town, I already know. Couple days ago. Hey, now that our names are written in stone, let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone.
So these are the brands that we're working with, I guess. It's less than I thought. Look at how much was Delta 9, and this was the only thing that didn't belong was this tincture. But this was all Delta 9 for the most part. Delta 10, 99% of this is legal hemp-derived Delta 9. So if you want me to do a video ranking all these, I could do that too. All right, now it's time to rank them and see what's actually the best, which things are my absolute favorite, everyday ride or die go-tos. Let's do this. I should also point out that all of these brands are brands that I trust, that I've vetted out the COAs, that I've done prior reviews on. I'll be sure to link the review videos down below for you in the description box. That was significantly harder than I was expecting it to be. I think I have it narrowed down from 15 brands down to my top 6, plus 2 honorable mentions that I'll get out of the way really quick. First up, we have CBD Farmhouse. This is the only thing I've ever tried from this brand, but it is so freaking amazing. But I have not tried enough from CBD Farmhouse to be able to tell you that this brand just like rocks my socks off every single time. If you want the tastiest, the most palatable, the juiciest, the freshest fruit tasting, like it is legitimately the best tasting edible I have ever tried in my entire life. They literally smell like when you open up the Simply Juice, the fruit punch, you open it up and you just get smacked with like a fruit punch. That's exactly what this is. Each of these is 25 milligrams of Delta 8. You get 30 in a container, but dear God, I can't. It is so fucking delicious. My other honorable mention is the Melee Dose Radioactive Diamonds. These are something that will get you blitzed off your tits. If you take even just one, you might want to start with just half. It is an entire array of cannabinoids though, which is why I got honorable mention. If I was just ranking edibles in general, this would land right near the top. It has 4 milligrams of Delta 9, 20 milligrams of Delta 8 plus Delta 10, 6 milligrams of THCO, and 9 milligrams of HHC. This is just the most wild, trippy edible that you will ever try. These are limited edition, but I have a feeling they're going to keep them for a really long time because they are so popular. They can't get rid of them. They're shaped like diamonds even. These come out to be 39 milligrams of cannabinoids. Just in general, it's going to hit you like 100 milligrams. And then you get 20 of them per container. They do have a lot. Most of their products on their site are Delta 9 also, which is another reason why this is like one of the only things that even has trace amounts of Delta 8 included. But if you want me to do that Delta 9 review, I will for sure go through all of those edibles as well, and we can talk about those a little bit more in depth. So now we're down to the actual top 6 of my most favorite, most reached for, most coveted Delta 8 edibles. So in 6th place, we have Puff Extracts. Holy hell, are these delicious. They have 4 different flavors of their sour belts: strawberry, blue raspberry, I think there's a watermelon one, and then there's also the rainbow. They are 25 milligrams per sour belt. You're going to get 10 belts per container, but every time you take them out of the container, out of the packaging, they tear. So I don't actually truly know what my full dose is, and I'm comfortable with that because I've taken so much Delta 8 that I have a really good understanding of how I feel and how much more I can take. But for somebody who's not necessarily that, I would probably steer more towards the peach rings or the gummy worms. They're gummy worms. They are absolutely ridiculous. The doses on them are very consistent. They taste too good though. Just like the CBD Farmhouse ones, they taste too good. I want to eat so much more than I truly should or could, or my bank account can even handle, but they are like literally one of the best candies that you can try. So moving on to 5th place, we have an OG. This is the first Delta 8 edible that I had tried, period. It was the first one that I reached for this straight every single day for 6 months. I was, and I still am, fairly obsessed with Moonwalker. They are, to me, the most consistent with the lightest Delta 8 high that you can get, like the most functioning. I shouldn't even say lightest. I can take one of these. They come in 2 different doses. We have 12.5 milligram doses, and they just brought back. They initially launched the brand with 25 milligram gummies, but for some reason they scaled back for like the last year and a half, and then they just released or relaunched 25 milligrams as an option, which I appreciate. For somebody like me, I was finding that the 12.5s are really acting more like a microdose, and I was having to consume a couple of them. I don't absolutely love the texture. I find that they are a little bit stiff. They're like these little cubes like this. And basically all these edibles are also coated in a sugar, but like, see how stiff it is? It's a chewy gummy. But these hold up so well, and they're so consistent that this is what I trusted to take with me to Disney. My husband and I took the girls to Disney. We did it every single park. We did Magic Kingdom twice. We walked 58 miles in 5 days. So I knew I was gonna need something to help with pain and inflammation walking so damn much. My back pain just standing in lines for that long. Also, I knew I wanted to eat all of the amazing Disney food that everybody is always talking about. So this helped with my appetite, also helped me to stay energized and my mood to be elevated. Man, we had an amazing time. Also, Delta 8 is known to help with motion sickness. So going from like shuttles to taxis to planes to monorails and all of that kind of stuff and all of the rides in Disney, it literally saved me from puking all over. There is one thing from Moonwalker that I absolutely do not suggest though, and that would be this. And I feel so bad saying it, kind of so bad saying it, but honestly, this is called the Hervé or Hervé. It's childproof and it looks like some inconspicuous lipstick tube perhaps, but no, it's edibles. You have to have the correct hand strength and thumb dexterity to be able to like slightly push this little thing in while also holding onto it in a manner that allows, because like if I'm pushing on it, I'm holding onto the cap, but I have to try to twist that cap at the same time. I have done it and I've managed to get it open a whole handful of times, and I've watched other people's reviews on it and it sucks. So you get this candy, and the whole idea of it is that it's not broken, but because it's a hard candy, it breaks all the time. That you would start at this number 1, put your teeth on this little thing right here, and crack it off, and then you would chew on this, and it's mint. And this part is actually really good, but the fact that it comes in a package with no storage options for all of your little mints, they're just like loosely in a clamshell. So now I would move it to number 2 and then pop another one up, and then I could bite that one off, and then you would move it to number 3 and like keep on going until you are done. It only holds 5 doses, and it's supposed to be very travel friendly, but there's no like container to hold other doses in. And the whole point of it is that it's like child proof, but then all of the other sticks come in a container that doesn't have any sort of like child proofedness to it whatsoever, and that it's inconspicuous, but like all the other ones are just going to be hanging out somewhere. Like I had them on a dish for forever before I just decided to get rid of them. This is the one thing that you should not get from Moonwalker. In 4th place, I have a newer brand, and a brand that I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on, and that would be Joy Delta 8. So I have 5 of the flavors. I have backups of a couple more of the flavors. These are fast acting nano Delta 8. So they're going to hit you a lot faster than traditional edibles are going to hit you. I would say that if you were to take a normal Delta 8 edible, it takes about an hour to an hour and 15 for me to really feel it. Like I might feel little bits of it and be like, oh, okay, it's starting to kick in at about the 45-minute mark. But for these at 45 minutes, you're already fully blitzed. Like you've got your full effects already going. You start to feel it in as low as about 25 to 30 minutes, and it creeps up pretty fast. These ones also come in 2 different doses. So you can get these packages that are 200 milligrams, and you're going to get 20 of them. So you're going to have 10 milligrams per edible, or these ones that have 400 milligrams, and again, 20 of them. So you're going to get 20 milligrams per edible. These are a slightly lower dose than a lot of the other edibles coming in at 10 and 20. Usually you see like 25 to 30, but because these are fast acting and they're nano, so they're going to absorb a lot better in your system, you're going to have more of that bioavailability, so you're going to feel it more. It works the same. So a few of their flavors: Bougie Marvelous, Top Notch. This raspberry lychee one has like a ginger sugar on top. It's insanely good. It complements it so well. Caramel Apple Pie-fection is nuts. Mango Tahine has like, it's a mango gummy with that tahine. Let me show you. I think there's a few more on their site as well, and they come in this heart shape, but look, there's tahine all over it. You like tahine, you're going to freaking be obsessed with these. And then the last one, and probably the one that I reach for the most, surprisingly, is this tropical orange pineapple paradise one. I think I left my mango tahine ones open. That's what they look like when they're nice and fresh. I had Misguided Merman try these out, and he told me they felt like puppy tongues, and they freaking do. I do like that Joy is also always adding new flavors. Like they came out with, since I've been trying them and it's only been a couple months, they've already come out with these 3 new flavors. So I feel like they innovate quite often, and they're going to be putting some new things in their lineup besides just like edibles. And they also have vapes, but that's also a thing that Moonwalker does too. Moonwalker has an absolute ton of flavors. So if there's something like, if you're not really into mango or blueberry, then they have like key lime. The sour strawberry, I think it's Phobos from Moonwalker, is probably my number one. That one's so fucking good. We are down to the top 3. Are you excited? I'm excited. So in third place, we have Astro 8. That, not even these things, but the chocolate is the best Delta 8 infused chocolate that I have tried. They have cookies and cream, dark chocolate pretzel. Most chocolate tastes super duper waxy and very, very weedy. Like it has that gross oil taste. This does have it, but very, very, very slightly. A whole lot less than any other infused chocolate that I have tried. But the things that I would love to show you, I have already consumed. They are among my absolute most favorite candies, and they do not last long in my house. They have rainbow and blueberry sour belts. The dose on them is actually a little bit higher, 33 milligrams each. So if you're not a super lightweight to Delta 8 like me, that is more in line with the dose that I would want to take, and I could eat the whole damn belt. They also break apart in the packaging, which I feel like is a common thing when it comes to sour belts. There's got to be a better way. Like these brands need to put a measuring tape along the side of the packaging so that you know like this much of a belt equals 10 milligrams, and that way you could dose yourself a little bit better. Since they always tend to break, they have sour rings. So it's not just like peach rings, they have sour peach rings, sour watermelon chamoy. Sour pink lemonade I have not even tried. They have the chamoy peach rings. Those are really freaking good. They also have like a tropical fruit candy that I have not tried yet. So if you've given it a try, please let me know what you think down below. I don't even know if they're hard candies or soft candies or what, but it makes it sound like it's a hard candy. The aesthetics of the brand, the packaging, the flavor, the doses, I just feel like they have the best candy. In second place is another brand that is incredibly innovative when it comes to their Delta 8 infused snacks, and that would be from Byeee Smokes. They have suckers, they have the traditional peach rings, but then they also have things like Doritos and Stonios or flaming hot chips. You can dump an entire thing of rainbow cereal. It's 600 milligrams of Delta 8. You could not even attempt to eat an entire bowl of this. You just need to have a couple little snacks. They taste exactly like they say. Like these legitimately taste like flaming hot Cheetos. These legitimately taste like a super duper crunchy Oreo or Dope Ranch Doritos. The snacks though, I will warn you, you don't know what dose you're taking, because when you get the Doritos, they're most likely going to be a little bit broken up, and there's 500 milligrams of Delta 8 in this. So like how much of it should you eat to figure out what your dose is? That would be my only complaint, is that again, like you can't really figure out the dose very well on these specific products, but they have an entire range of Delta 8 edibles. The rest of it is all like pre-dose. So like these peach rings come with what, 30 milligrams or something per peach ring, 25 milligrams per gummy. You get 16 of them in a container. They taste just like peach rings. I feel like this is a thing that most every brand does, or it's like the first thing that they do to figure out if they should continue to do things, and then they figure out that they should, and they come out with things like suckers. Ignore that I melted the sucker. I had it in a box on top of a heat vent, and now it looks like this. But they have so many things, and their edibles are so damn good. This is just what I reach for, and maybe a little bit biased, but when I'm on a website and I have an option of trying multiple different cannabinoids or different types of things from each category in one shopping cart with a discount code or free shipping or something along those lines, I really like that. I love the one-stop shop feel that Byeee Smokes has, and that they're always releasing something new, and that they also do bundle packs. Are you ready for the number one spot to see who made it into my number one most loved Delta 8 product? This is truly a brand that I reach for damn near every single day, and another brand that I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on. The number one Delta 8 edible that I find myself reaching for most often in my entire collection is from Byeee Hemp Co. And this is because this is Delta 8 made for a damn purpose. You don't have to just take it. I mean, yeah, you can get blitzed off your tits on this stuff. It took 110%, especially this one, because it's 50 milligrams in each one. It's a limited edition Bliss. It generally comes, I believe it's 25 or 35 milligrams in their regular edition of their Bliss Delta 8 gummies, but this one has 50 milligrams. But then they have things like this. You have Elevate. This is Delta 8 plus CBG. So you're going to get the benefits of Delta 8. So it's going to be energizing and mood boosting, as well as the benefits from CBG. So you're going to get some pain relief and some inflammation relief. Overall, you're just going to have a much better experience. It's also on an amazing flavor. It's pineapple berry. I love this flavor. They do have a couple different versions of Elevate on their site. So you would specifically have to look for the Delta 8 one. They do have it for Delta 9, and they have like a higher dose limited edition one and such as well. So this one I really love for the daytime. And then for the nighttime, they have this one called Dreams. It is Delta 8 mixed with CBN in a 1-to-1 ratio. These ones are also vegan, gluten-free, all natural. The COAs are beautiful. That's basically like the COAs on all of these are beautiful, but the only ones that I believe are truly vegan are these, the Joy and the Moonwalker ones. No, wait. CBD Farmhouse, also vegan, GMO free, totally gluten free. If that is at all a concern, but I don't believe the other ones are. This one says, wind down and sleep like the absolute legend that you are. And if you would like to really pass the fuck out, then you would take an entire gummy. I don't think that it necessarily puts me to sleep, but if I take one of these about an hour before I want to be falling asleep, so generally like when I go to bed, I kind of like, sit up for a while and do shit for at least another hour or 2 or 3 or 4. If I know that I need to be falling asleep, then I literally rely on these, take one of these and pass the fuck out within an hour. Yeah, so I guess if I was to suggest any Delta 8, it would be Delta 8 with a purpose, something that is going to be tailored for an experience that you want during your day. And I just find that in Byeee Hemp Co. the absolute most. I'm curious what you all think. I want to know if there are any brands that I am sleeping on that you think that I need to be trying that you didn't see, like in my little pile there. Drop some comments down below. Let me know, because I'm always looking for more sugar, more candy, more anything to consume, especially Delta 8. I just choked on my own spit, which means it's probably time to go. Huge shout out to all of my patrons for making videos like this possible. To all of you, oh dear God, for being here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. If you're into this kind of content, please consider hitting subscribe before you leave. I truly, truly do appreciate it. And outside of that, have a super wonderful, absolutely amazing, fantastic day. And I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye.